This tutorial will show you how to look up the availability of a DOITS part number in SAP. The tutorial will also describe the basic requirements you need to perform this process, and the expected outcome of the process. Areas that are covered. 1. Opening SAP. 2. Looking up a part's price and availability. 3. Verifying the availability. 4. Giving feedback to a customer. To look up a part's availability in SAP, you will need a valid DOITS part number and a requested outbound shipping date. This means that you will need to know the delivery time, in days, to your customer's location from the DOITS facility the part number will be shipping from. This can be obtained by watching the tutorial on shipping options. Begin by opening SAP. To do this, you will need to find the SAP login shortcut located on your computer. When the login window appears, select the P01 server and double-click it. This will automatically open another window where you will need to enter your SAP username and password, and then single-click on the green check mark in the top left corner of the screen. Once the SAP Session Manager screen is open, you will need to access the Price and Availability Web View transaction. This transaction will either be in the shortcut list you have on your screen, which you can double-click on, or you can manually type in the transaction code in the text box located at the top left of the screen. Once the transaction is selected, single-click on the green check mark. When you are in the Web View transaction, you will need to select the variant for your corresponding location. This variant will pre-populate the information in the transaction. To do this, you must single-click on the Get Variant button. Once the variant catalog window is open, select the variant predefined for your location by single-clicking on it. Then you must single-click on the green check mark at the bottom right of that window. If the customer you are checking price and availability for already has a DOITS account, you will need to enter the customer number in the customer field. If the customer does not have a current account, then you can use the customer number for DOITS Corporation. Next, enter the DOITS part number you are looking for in the material field. Once this is complete, single-click the green Execute check mark at the top left of the screen. In this example, the part number we are looking for has a more current part number. The most current part number will have the text, current, in the code column. This will rarely happen if you follow the tutorial on how to identify a DOITS part number correctly. After identifying the most current part number, you will need to identify the location, price, and availability date of that part by looking at the columns on the right of your screen. All locations in this list which begin with the text DOITS are owned by DOITS Corporation. All the other locations in the list are locations of DOITS distributors. You must always see if the part is available in a DOITS-owned branch before requesting components from other distributors. In order to request a part from a DOITS distributor, you will need your supervisor's approval. If the customer does not have their own account number, their price for components will be in the list price column. If a customer does have an account with DOITS, they will only have their available pricing options populated in this screen, and the other pricing levels that they do not have access to will be populated with zeros. This part is available in 2 different quantities on 2 different dates in DOITS Norcross. For this example, if your customer was requesting one of those components, you could promise them the order to ship out of Norcross on the 28th of August, but if they required 2 of these components, you would have to give them an outbound shipment date of August 31st. Remember that this is the date the part is available for outbound shipment from any given location. You will still need to add the transit or shipping time of the component to the customer's location to this date to give them a realistic delivery date. If inventory levels in any location are sufficient to fulfill this order, then no verification is needed, but as in this example, if there are only 1 or 2 parts available, you must verify that this information is correct before confirming anything to the customer. To do this, you need to open another transaction to look at the individual requirements for the location you have selected. This is only possible for DOITS locations. To open the transaction needed to verify the individual requirements, you first need to single-click on the new GUI icon located at the top of your screen. Once a new GUI window is open, type in the following transaction to bring up the stock requirements list for the location you are investigating. First, you must enter the part number in the material field if it is not already populated from the last transaction. Second, you will need to enter the plant and M.R. P. area for the location you are investigating. Use the list provided to determine which plant and M.R.P. area to enter. Finally, you will need to single-click on the green check mark at the top left of the page. Once the M.R.P. list is populated, you will need to look at all the requirements for this part, and the relationship of the requirements to the inventory levels. In this example, there is one component currently in stock. This is displayed in the availability column on the page. This item also has safety stock included in its settings, so there are two of these components which are removed from planning in the very first line item, leaving you with a quantity of 1. It appears that there is an inbound delivery for 3 of these components due in from Germany on August 31st. This can also be identified in the M.R.P. type column. An inbound delivery is identified by the following code, and is only confirmed to be inbound when the M.R.P. element data field begins with the letters L. A. Once this delivery arrives, your available stock quantity will increase by 3. This component does not have a real sales order requirement until September 1st. You can identify sales orders by the M.R.P. type in the second column. A sales order is identified by the following code, and has the sales order number displayed in the M.R.P. element data column. Once this order is fulfilled, your available stock quantity will decrease by 1. Since the current customer order is very close to the inbound delivery date of more components, it would not be safe to commit the first date of August 28th to the new customer. This may leave the current customer without a part if the inbound delivery expected to arrive on August 31st did not arrive in time. The safer bet is to commit an outbound shipment date of August 31st to the new customer. We also recommend that if you run into a situation like this one where the stock levels are so low, you ask your new customer if it would be acceptable to call them back after confirming the component availability. This will give you time to contact the location you are ordering from, and verify they actually have the component on the shelf, and if you can have any safety stock. Inventory is usually accurate, but there is no substitute for a physical stock check. After you have verified the component is in stock, you can then commit a date to the customer. If the customer accepts the proposal, you are ready to enter an order.